My name is Turiya Savas. I was born in Cameroon. When I came to America, I was probably 3 years old. I didn't speak English or read English. I just worked harder than everybody else and got ahead of everybody else. My mom works twice as hard as anybody else. And I think a lot of us forget, all these people worked hard, went through a lot so we could be here now. If Martin didn't march, if Rosa didn't sit down, stay seated, we wouldn't be in a position where we are now. And we're not really taking as much advantage as we could of that. We need to remember what those people did so we could be in this situation now. Because, now you can be a doctor, now you can vote. You need to take advantage of what you have now. Even if it's not what you want, take advantage of it, make it what you want. Because I could be selling drugs, doing drugs, in a gang or something. But I take advantage of what I have, and, I don't want to end up like everybody else. I don't really have like a father figure, so I kind of look at Mr. Rankin as like a second dad, like somebody I can look up to. How did you transition from being a football player to being in the classroom teaching?
So most students, they come to me and ask me this question. Why are you a teacher now? You played in the NFL, you played professional football. Why are you a teacher? And the first thing I think about is education saved my life, not football. And I believe a lot of young men have the false idea, if I become a professional athlete, my life will change. I'll have a lot of money, I'll have endorsements, I get to do what I love to do. But truth be told, education was the thing that saved my life. And I say that because my biggest struggle was in school. It was never in sports. It was in school. And then once I was able to overcome that struggle, I learned a lot about myself. And I learned that I can overcome anything. And I took that confidence and I applied it to sports. I applied it to football, not the other way around.
Well, I think what's really hurting our community now is that a lot of kids, not just Latinos, all of that, they come to school not ready to learn, not ready to be focused. They don't have a good mindset. And if you start off with a good mindset, you learn. If you have knowledge, you can be anything you want to be. And education comes first. Education is key to everything. Yeah, and if you have an education, you can cure cancer, do good in the community. Yeah, I think that's a big one.
The first time I got a 4.0 in my life was at Seneca Valley High School. I worked harder than everyone else. I took pride in my education. I took pride in my learning. And once I was able to figure out that, hey, Joe, you can get a 4.0, that's when I realized that I can do anything in life. I played in NFL stadiums. I've been across the world. I've been in Canada to play. But still to this day, one of my biggest accomplishments was the first time I received a 4.0, because that's something that I thought I could never do, And I think I was a victim of that mindset like some of our young African-American boys. I was caught in a setting that really didn't teach the importance of education. I was caught in a culture that only valued sports, music, and just maybe fashion. I wasn't in a culture that valued education and reading and getting good grades. As I think back, I don't think not one time I had a teacher actually sit down and read with me, So once I was able to transition, my world really changed, my world changed, and my life changed because I had a new perspective on who I was. I had a new perspective on what life meant. I had a new perspective on what I can do to create change, and I just felt better.
When you start a habit, it continues. It's just like biting your nails. When you start biting your nails, or it's kind of like a drug. You get addicted to it. And so my like habit, good habit, is working harder than everybody else. Cause if I can see somebody working harder than me, it'll show me that, oh, that person's already there. So that means I can be there. And once I reach their level, I know that I can go higher and overachieve. It's like that Mamba mentality, you know. Work harder than everybody else, and then you be better than everybody else. It's simple.
Absolutely. And again, if you keep that mentality, you have to believe and understand that that can be accomplished. You know, nothing is impossible. And also you have to keep in mind that racism is a thing that exists, right? It happens. But now today we are in a better place, right? Because of all the individuals that you mentioned that sacrificed and helped create change. And now we are in a position where we have to do exactly what you said, the secret to success. Just work harder than everyone else, right? Because regardless what you're faced with, you have to remind yourself nothing will stop you. Nothing will stop my mission. I will do anything I put my mind to, and I was born to make a difference on this planet. And guess what? I firmly believe you can do that because, I mean, you're a gifted, talented young man. And when I say that, I firmly believe that you have all the skills and all the qualities to do anything that you want to do in life. When this opportunity came up for the Joe Rankin scholarship, it fell in line with everything that I stand for. And that's basically to help the next line of young men be successful in life. And not only be successful in life, but go above and beyond, become critical thinkers, explorers, and young men who are willing to solve problems and create change in the community. And I firmly believe this young man, Turiya, is a prime example of that. And I'm extremely proud of this young man. He has taken advantage of every single opportunity presented to him.